have some tickets, and these tickets are basically a promise of something that's going to be happening in the future, and they really give me something to look forward to. And that's what all tickets really do. So it might be a ticket to see your favorite band in concert, or to see Atlanta United in an amazing soccer game, or to go to the best place in the world, Disney World. These are definitely things that are worth looking forward to. And today we'll learn that faithful people are given something to look forward to.
Faithful people are given something to look forward to. And as Christians, we are given something to look forward to. An eternity in heaven with Jesus. Jesus came and he conquered sin and he gave us that because when we make mistakes, as we do sometimes, we don't have to worry because he's defeated our sins. He defeated the mistakes we made and we still get an eternity with him. And this was something that was said way long time ago. Long time ago, basically. Long before you and I were born or even a thought. Here, we're going to read Daniel. We're starting in verse 7. And I want you to listen to a vision that Daniel received. It says, verse 9, I watched as thrones were put in place and the Ancient One sat down to judge. His clothing was as white as snow, his hair like purest wool. He sat on a fiery throne with wheels of blazing fire, and a river of fire was pouring out, flowing from his presence. Millions of angels ministered to him. Many millions stood to attend him. Then the court began its session, and the books were opened. I continued to watch because I could hear the little horn's boastful speech. I kept watching until the fourth beast was killed, and its body was destroyed by fire. The other three beasts had their authority taken from them, but they were allowed to live a little while longer. As my vision continued that night, I saw someone like a son of man coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient One and was led into his presence. He was given authority, honor, and sovereignty. Sovereignty is like control or dominion or the right over all the nations of the world, so that people of every race and nation and language would obey him. His rule is eternal. It will never end. His kingdom will never be destroyed. So as Daniel saw this vision of a man who is coming to rule over everything, defeat evil, and live in his kingdom for an eternity. Can you guys guess who that person is? Do you have an idea? That is correct. That is Jesus. Jesus came to defeat death. And that is something we get to look forward to. Faithful people are given something to look forward to. An eternity sitting with Jesus. Before Jesus came to sit up on his throne and rule over all the nations, he had one thing he had to do, something very important. He had to do what I just said, which is defeat sin. In John 19, verses 30, it says, when Jesus had tasted it, he said, it is finished. This was when he was on the cross. This was the very last moment before he died. He then bowed his head and gave up his spirit. When Jesus died, he died with sin. And when he came back, guess what didn't come back with him? Yeah, sin. He died, took all the hurt and the brokenness and defeated it, destroyed it, just like the beast in Daniel's vision. And he came back and left it all behind so that we can walk away from it today. Now that he's done that, now that he's defeated sin, we get to the part of the vision where he's in heaven, sitting in his throne, ruling over the nations. And this is something that we look forward to because faithful people are given something to look forward to. If we look at Matthew 25, verses 31 through 33, it says, but the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him then will sit upon his glorious throne. So just like Daniel said, he's up there in heaven, sitting on this throne, and he's waiting. And this is something we get to look forward to because faithful people are given something to look forward to. It continues to say, all the nations will be gathered in his presence. So that means everybody, all languages, every person, no matter what you look like, no matter what you did, you're gathered there. And he will separate the people as shepherds separate the sheep and the goats. He will place the sheep at his right hand and the goats at his left. Jesus is our shepherd. He calls us, he gathers us, he leads us, and he puts his right beside him. We get to look forward to a day where we get to sit right beside him in heaven among the angels, also seeing everything that he rules. We get to look forward to that because faithful people are given something to look forward to.
Have you guys ever had something that you were really excited about, you were looking forward to, like you just couldn't wait? Maybe you had a ticket to a concert and you were just so excited, you were looking forward to it, you were thinking about this band that you love and you can't wait to see them and hear them and just sing along with them. Or maybe you had a soccer game, right, that you were getting ready to go to. You were like, yeah, I'm pumped, I love soccer, I can shoot goals, ka-cha, ka-cha, I'm so ready. Or maybe you were going to Disney World. I'm gonna ride all those roller coasters, even though they kind of scare me, but they excite me too. Woo! Those things are so excited. But what if I told you your concert would be free, but you'd have to wait a year? Or that soccer game where your favorite player was gonna be playing would also be free, and you'd have a front row seat, but you'd have to wait 2 years. And your dream of going to Disney would come true. You would have the fast pass, meaning you can go to the front of the lines of everything. You would have an all-inclusive pass, so you can do every single thing you wanted. And it would be free, but you'd have to wait 3 years. Would that take away from your joy? No. Are you telling me that if you had to wait 3 years to go to Disney, but you could do every single thing you wanted, and it would be completely free, that you would not be looking forward to that? You absolutely would be, because that would be incredible. See, we all have something to look forward to, too, because faithful people are given something to look forward to. Do you know what that is? Have you guessed it? Eternity with Jesus. See, Jesus is going to return. And when he does, every person, every nation, every single person, no matter who you are, where you are, what language you speak, what you look like, is going to bow down to Jesus. And it's going to be incredible. But we learn something in that. We learn that not everybody believes in Jesus. So it's really important for us, faithful people who are given something to look forward to share that with those around us. Which brings me to this ticket. Salvation. You are going to be saved if you haven't already. If you are saved, then you know that your salvation was free. It's given to you free, paid for by Jesus. Because we know that Jesus has already been here. Long time ago, before you and I were here. Jesus came down from heaven, and he lived a perfect, blameless, which means he made no mistakes. He lived a perfect life. And then he took the punishment, the payment for our mistakes on that cross, which was death. And when he died and he came back again, he gave us the most beautiful gift we could ever receive, which is salvation. Because he paid for it on that cross. Salvation is a big word for meaning that you and I are saved. It just means that you and I believe in Jesus. And the way to salvation is believing in who Jesus Christ was, what he did for us on that cross, that he rose again. And when we say that out loud and we believe it in our hearts, boom, we're saved. Just like that. Did you notice anything different that happened to me when I decided to get saved? No. Salvation is free for us, and it's Redeemable, meaning we can be saved at any time, anywhere, any location, whenever we decide, whenever we believe in who Jesus Christ was and what he did for us. We are saved. And let me tell you the best part about this one, guys. Once you're saved, it can never be taken away from you. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake that day that you decide you believe in Jesus, or a month, or a year, or 50 years. You are saved forever when you decide to believe in Jesus Christ and what he did. And once that happens, faithful people are given something to look forward to. You and I are given something to look forward to. We know that death doesn't beat us. We know about heaven, and we know that Jesus is going to return one day and redeem everything. But we also know that not everybody knows that. And we want to make sure that as faithful people who are given something to look forward to, that we share that with everybody we know. So remember, guys, faithful people are given something to look forward to. Go out and share that today.
Today we learned that faithful people are given something to look forward to, and I want to see what you guys remember from the lesson. Question number 1. Daniel had a vision with a man that had blank over all of the nations. Was it clouds over all of the nations, authority over all of the nations, or water over all of the nations? You got it. It's authority. He was in charge of everyone. Question number 2. Who says it is finished? Is it Daniel, David, or Jesus? That's right. It's Jesus when he was on the cross conquering sin. Question number 3. Blank people are given something to look forward to. Did you get it? It's faithful. Faithful people are given something to look forward to. And I want to give you guys something to look forward to. So consider this an invitation to church next week, where we will worship God and celebrate all that he's done for us. And maybe you could actually invite some other people along too, to help give them something to look forward to, because faithful people are given something to look forward to.